And in these situations when we know like the fight's over, what are we doing?
I should be pressuring other lanes.
Yeah. Are you also missing a TP, right now?
Yeah.
To be able to like go in some of the lanes and push out. Exactly. You need to be pressuring lanes. Like we don't want to be farming neutrals at all when our team is getting ran out. Because if we're not pushing our lanes, then that means the enemy is gonna have freedom to run wherever they want to next, which is either the Roshan, get the Roshan for free, or run at you. So we want to be pressuring the lanes. If you like our content, please do like and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to click the notification button below so you will be notified when a new video will be released. Is there any comments you would like to make about this game first? Like what you were thinking happened, or what do you know, what you expected versus reality?
So I was thinking they have a lot of stunts and magic damage. So my idea was just to farm first. I'll probably go like Manta, and then if I'm farming okay, I'll go Skadi and then BKB. Or maybe if it's a bad game, then I'll go like Manta, Dragonlance, and BKB. But I don't think I should be fighting that much before I get my BKB. So that was like my thought process going into the game.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. At any point, all right. Well, actually, let's watch the replay first, so we can see the flow of the game, and then because I saw your item build, and I was feeling a bit like if you made a few adjustments, it could have been the big deciding factor in this game for sure. And he had a position 5 sniper. Oh, jolly! This is what we've always been waiting for, right? The +5 sniper. Oh, okay. So that's why you scale your reflection level 1, because
just to get the first blood.
Okay,
interesting. Should I have gotten meta? I'm not sure, because I probably still would have got the kill, right, if I learned meta. But then it'll be on cooldown for really long.
Exactly. I think in these kind of situations, still better to just scale your meta.
Okay.
And like just meta and kill him if you want, because you'll still have a little bit of meta left for the lane, right?
Like and I don't waste like 1 skill point, right?
Exactly, because this is gonna be more painful later on in the game.
Yeah, it's gonna suck later on when I go to jungle.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not gonna have that max Conjure Image and meta available anymore to like jungle up. Especially your Conjure Image is such a big and important spell to max out so you can jungle.
Alright. Makes sense.
But yeah, your builds look good again. You know, we talked about this last time, the fairy fires and stuff, and then this guy, you got your Wraith Band again right away. It's looking like a very casual lane. How your laning's been so far? Like you've been playing pretty well in your laning stages?
Yeah, usually the laning is good.
That's good. One sec, I forgot to take off my map. Oh, it's actually been off, alright. Okay. So the lane is like kind of pushed out now, and Mr. Sniper is just now pulling creeps. Sag. So this is where like we feel a little bit bad, because like at least if you pop your meta right here, like I think by now it's already up 155 seconds, right? Because you were yeah, I think it's almost up by now, so at least it's okay if you actually use it, because you know the flow of your meta, if you don't use it right away and then it like kind of drags on out, and then your flow just gets completely ruined later on for when your second meta is up. And the reason why, you know, the lane's a bit stuck is obviously because your sniper just didn't pull, so you have to wait for the Viper to push the lane out. Doing pretty good so far. Now they pull and you pop your meta on the camp, which is really good. So one thing I would say in these situations, like for the future, you actually didn't hit level 3 yet, right? Like maybe you want to just wait until you hit level 3 before you pop. So you get at least a level 2 meta, because it's pretty big deal. You know, you get extra damage, 40 damage actually, 44 duration. Like in these situations, like sometimes maybe you are level 2 after your first meta and you're gonna be almost level 3 and you pop your meta. It's pretty bad. Like if you wait a bit, you pop the meta when you're level 2, then you can just straight up bully the guy. I think I agree with you. Exactly. On the second meta, like the best thing to do is always like shove your opponent out of the lane, because they see you're so strong, you're gonna hit them 2 times, they're gonna run away, and then you go back for the last hits and such. And I think if you do that, you would have controlled like 2 waves instantly. And our goal isn't really to kill your opponent, but more to just like kind of kick them out of the lane, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we could think about doing that like almost every single game, where like we just get 2 free waves and the enemy also gets like 2 waves denied from them. And here would have been, okay, did they block again? Yeah, they did. Badge. And sometimes in the future, by the way, you're gonna need to start thinking about like, especially when you don't have reflection, you have mirror conjure image, that you're pulling creeps yourself with illusions. Okay, is that something that you normally think about?
Normally, I try to, you know, I try to stop them from pulling the big camp by sending an illusion there. But the problem is I don't always remember to do it.
Right.
Sometimes
So
I do like send it over when I remember. Yeah.
And in the future, like that's one thing you can do, which is really good. Like stop them from pulling, and they can only pull if the lane's being shoved into you, right?
Yeah.
But our problem right now is, what do we do when the lane is shoved into them, and they're like holding the wave down here? Okay.
Yeah, we just have to pull, right?
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes your support is gonna be useless. Like he's gonna die, he's gonna feed or whatever, and we're gonna have to play like we don't have supports. And in those games, like it's really good we use our conjure image to actually try and pull the creeps for ourselves.
Yeah, makes sense.
So either you pull here or you go here at 46, you pull up, because you also like, let's not forget to cut these trees when we're playing carry.
Yeah, usually now I just do that when the game starts. I just
right, exactly. Yeah. So this tree and one other tree that's really good to cut is down here, this one, and this one here. Right.
Okay.
So start the game, like you can cut these 2 and this one, so your support can pull the creeps up this way, and they cannot be stopped by the enemy.
Yeah.
And you could also do that with your illusion, right? Like you can summon an illusion, you're sitting in lane, you send the illusion here, you hit the creeps here, then you send it up like this, and then it pulls the creeps, and boom. You just got yourself a free wave.
Yeah.
Okay? So these are things like you need to know as a TB, because all like really good TB players will do that. Where they will like pull the creeps for themselves. Because it's always going to be your job to like make the lane as easy as possible for you, because you're going to be playing this hero, you know, all the time. So we don't have to like be so reliant on our support. And this is a really nice play. I love this. You go from the back with your meta and you get a kill on the Viper. Well done. Love that.
Cocky Viper players.
Yeah. Any player, like just doing that with your meta, like going around them and popping a meta and like removing all their HP is really good. And now they got you. Because you did not expect the Viper to be alive already. Your sniper can't actually help you. And then you die. Yeah, it's sometimes you have to be careful too, like when we pop our meta, that we don't die either. Happens a lot where people kind of try to all in on us. But that death, I guess, was a little bit hard to dodge, because they're actually dominating this lane pretty hard with the clockwork at least.
Yeah.
He's like super farmed, level 5 already, and he's got the tranquil boots. So now you TP, you go to the triangle, very good. You realize that the lane is shit, and you go start jungling. And this is exactly what you should do. Arcane Ring, amazing item for TB. And you start scaling up your conjure image as well, very nice. Stack here, you got meta up, you pull the stack out, you're gonna pop your meta, you kill this. Oh, this is so sweet, because now you can farm. Oh, you blocked the cap. Oh no. Yeah. Oh no, that was so good. Your meta play here was really good, because you're metaing on 9 minutes, right? Like right before 9 minutes.
Yeah, I just forgot that I cleared the cam already.
Yeah, so this is amazing, because you're about to meta like before 9 minutes, and you're able to farm this, and this all at once while finishing this stack too. That was really good meta timing. Like that's something you want to think about, okay? Like I don't know if you did it on purpose, but when I watch,
I try to make sure that I clear like all the camps every minute if possible.
Right. But it's what I mean is like about like when you click your meta. Okay.
Yeah, so, I'm aware when like I go to the ancients. Like usually, it's nice to pop it at around like 40 seconds.
Right.
Clear the camp, and then I can clear the next camp as well.
Right. And here, same thing. You popped it at like 50 seconds, and then you were able to clear like 3 camps all at once. So good. This is like stuff I see RTZ do, or Ramses do all the time when they play TerrorBlade. So, like, always think about when you pop the meta. You don't want to pop it like at 30 seconds, sometimes you want to even hold until like 50 seconds before you pop it. Like here, you could pop it at like 50 when you stack, right? Like
Yeah.
at 52, you 53, you pop your meta, you hit this, and then you like start killing it, and it'll stack on its own or whatever. You can also stack this at the same time. You can
Yeah, I
like
can use my
stack.
illusion to just stack the other chem as well.
Yeah. If you're ranged meta, you can actually stack both of them, like with just your hero, while your illusion is like killing them too. It's really good. So at this point, you realize there's not a whole lot you can do. A farm, you click Vanguard Axe, he's really fat, and bottom lane, your enemy is already gone. And I think this is a good time in the game where you clear like some triangle areas here, and if in the future you have your meta up like right here, it's actually good you go down here and you actually help them take this tower. Because what happens right now is like the Sven is still playing bottom, right? And if you're actually here, like let's say a minute earlier, you with your meta, you could actually kill the Sven with your team. Okay, so I think we discussed this last time.
Yeah,
we talked about...
I did like change my play in the sense that I try to look out for, like, okay, I think about like what's stopping me from taking the towers. Right? And then so here it's mostly, I guess, like if Invoker is there, I can't really do anything. So if Invoker like TP's top, then I'll just go bottom.
Right. I think
my team. Yeah.
For the most part, we don't really have to like think about the Invoker in this situation because we have a super like high level farm Dax, right? Well, I guess he wouldn't be high level, but he has a Vanguard. Like that's good enough. The point is like if you go to his lane, even if the Invoker TP's there, you pop meta and you're with this axe, that Invoker will die too. Right? What we're trying to do is
something I actually realized as well. Like if I have like a tanky hero that's doing really well early game, it's nice to go to his lane, and it's just so much easier to take towers. Because there were a few games where I tried doing this, and then like there's no one standing in front of me, and it's so difficult. Like even if there's just a support in the lane, like a CM or something, I can't really do much because you can just like Nova like my illusions.
Yeah. So if you don't have an offlaner there, right, who's like tanky or whatever, if you don't have one, then the only time you can actually take that tower is if all the opponents like go somewhere else on the map, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So if we have an axe there bottom though, like if we go bottom with a catapult at 10 minutes and we have like meta whatever ready, like I think it was close to ready here.
Yeah, I think this time I didn't do it because it looked like they didn't need my help, so I just continued farming.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They don't need your help. But the point is like when you go there, not only will you take the tower faster though, but also you're giving yourself a chance to kill your opponent. Right? Because if you kill them, not only will you get some extra farm, but you will also stop them from farming.
Yeah, I understand that. Like here, if say my meta wasn't on cooldown, I'm pretty sure I would have like gone bottom.
Like it's gonna be up soon, right?
Cooldown was kind of awkward, like 30 seconds left.
I think that's okay. I think it's completely fine. Like right now in this game, right? Like you're going mid, there's a void here, right? But actually, I think like after you farm all these things and then the catapult shows bottom, I think you should TP here.
Okay.
And you should actually like go with your axe and just take this tower. If let's say they overreact with all their heroes, then you go back and farm and you just leave the axe bottom. Right? Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Because the point is like what you're trying to do is like you're trying to force rotations, but at the same time, if the enemy come and they're coming like at a later point in time when your meta is about to be up, you're just gonna kill them. Because what happens here is like when the people TP here, it's like you imagine yourself. If you're a Radiant side and you TP here to defend this tower, and the enemy is surrounding this tower, how are you gonna feel?
Sorry, if they TP to this tower?
Yeah, if you're, let's say you're Radiant, right? You're this Invoker. If you TP bottom and the enemy already surround this tower, or if you're a Sven and you show here and there's 3 heroes here, how are you gonna feel?
Yeah, it's just really shit for me, right? Like
right. Not only is it shit for you, even if the enemy leave, like dodge you because you guys bring like 2 or 3 heroes, where are you gonna go to farm from here?
Yeah, it's kind of stuck. Like you want to be in the triangle, right? But he's stuck here now.
Yeah, exactly. So what you're doing is like you're trying to think from their perspective, how they would feel, and you're like doing exactly that. Like
yeah, I understand that. I think it's just that this specific situation, maybe I'm just not thinking ahead far enough. Like my meta's on cooldown, so I don't like really actively look for opportunities.
Right. Because what
I'm trying now I start looking, and then I see that the bottom tower is pretty much down already, so I just swam.
Yeah. So how it can help you better next time, like for you to accomplish like your task, or like make this decision is think about your offlaner, if he's strong or not. And if he's really strong and he's like staying bottom, and you can just go there and help him like take the tower. It's kind of what I'm trying to explain to you is like by doing so is you're gonna take away farm from your opponent and you're gonna slow them down.
Versus I understand all that.
Right, and it's something that you should actively do if you want to go to the next stage in your like gameplay. If you don't do it, what's gonna happen is the enemy is just gonna keep farming like the Sven is. He feels no pressure actually. And look at him. He's 120 last hits. And he's like skyrocketing in farm right now. But by you going down here is like, sure, you'll slow down your farm a little bit. You might think like, oh, your team doesn't need you. But taking this tower like faster and making the enemy think whether they should defend this and forcing errors out of your opponent is how you're going to like win games that sometimes you shouldn't win. Okay, so what we're trying to do is like for the future games is like we're applying pressure faster than the enemy expects it, and we're gonna make them make mistakes by doing so. So what I'm telling you is like, even though your mindset is like, oh, you're looking for something and it feels like this is the right thing to do, like just think about catapults, think about game timings instead, and think about just one thing: is my offlaner strong or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing else will matter after that. Okay.
Okay. So I do try to think about that, but for me it's a bit difficult. You know, like I try to think about whether my offlaner is strong, whether my mid is strong, but because I don't really play mid or offlane that much,
right.
I have difficulty like recognizing, you know, whether they're doing well or not doing so well. So usually I just look at the levels, but sometimes it doesn't tell you everything.
That's true. The best thing to do is like you look at them, you look at their level, and then you look at how much HP they have and mana, and if they're full, you just go to their lane.
Okay.
If they have full resources, you just go to the lane. That means that your offlaner is 1, fight ready, and 2, even after you take the tower, your offlaner can actually TP to the safe lane if he wants to and sit there and farm. And now you can farm all of this yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Noted.
Okay. So for the future, and I want you to consider this, the 10-minute catapult is huge for that, right?
Yeah, I do like look around when it's almost 10.
Exactly. I mean, that's something we talked about last time, but for the future,
what you said in the last session.
Exactly, because our goal is to always like try to stop the enemy carry from farming while we're also amplifying our own farm.
Yep.
Right, if we have the chance, and the best way to do that is go to the offlane and take that tower as early as we could. Alright, moving on. So right now you're kind of farming in the triangle because the enemy is like pretty strong early game and they have bounty hunters, so they're gonna keep running at you. The team defended off the jungle and you're kind of running in to see if you can maybe get like some kind of a pick here. I like the idea that, you know, you want to help your team. Maybe you can get like a kill, defend your jungle. That's good. Push out bottom. If you push out mid, then you TP bottom. Notice nobody's there. This is really good place for you to be now. Very lucrative part of the map for you.
Yeah.
And then your enemy is again running into your side of the map. And now you would just go back into your triangle area, stack for yourself. Farm again bottom, keep shoving this lane. You TP mid because you saw a free kill on the Sven. Love this gameplay so far. You got a Manta now. Okay, so this is what I was thinking in this game, right? At first I saw your item build and I checked the early game. What, like, the Manta for this game was because you just wanted to farm faster, was it?
I think it was a mistake, honestly. Like usually I go SNY versus Sven. Remember the last time we did our coaching session, I was going SNY like every game. But
right, and then you started.
Look at me now playing Manta against Sven.
Yeah, exactly. So just for this game, exactly, because you're playing as Sven, it wouldn't be a very good idea to go for the Manta, right? Like, I think Sven might be the only carry, honestly, that you wouldn't want to go Manta against. Like, literally against every other carry, you would want to go Manta. For some reason. But Sven is the one dude where, like, he can cleave your illusions right away, and you want to go SNY just for the status assist against him. So the less you're stunned by this guy, you know, the more chance you have. So the best build against Sven as a TB is always going to be like SNY Scotty, so you can kite him and slow him down, and then you're going to need like Satanic at some point.
Yeah, and
You
that's
can't.
nice
Yeah.
to have Fast and Y, right? When you're going Satanic.
Sorry.
It's nice to have Fast and Y when you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
go Satanic later. Yeah.
I mean, Satanic is just a good item even if you don't go SNY, right?
Okay.
Like, because actually status assist is diminishing returns. So, but yeah, it's really nice to have the SNY Satanic just because of Sven. One, for the stun duration, and two, so you can man fight him. And actually, TB is an amazing carry against Sven because you have super high armor. So, but you need to go the right build. If you go Manta, you're actually like making yourself weaker against Sven in this game.
I think when I queued the item, because there's no SNY in my when I open up the shop, right, it's I probably should change that, but I just queue the Manta, and then after I get the Yasha, I queue the.
I mean, you're not wrong. Like you want to go Manta almost every single game, except for like this game where you're playing against Sven, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a mistake. Yeah. Like I didn't. Yeah, I just queued the Manta and I just bought it. I agree. I should have gone SNY.
Yeah. Perfect. So the enemy once again keep running at you, and they're gonna get more gold than you in all these kill trays because of the bounty hunter. And in these situations when we know like the fight's over, what are we doing?
I should be pressuring other lanes.
Yeah. Are you also missing a TP right now?
Yeah.
To be able to like go in some of the lanes and push out. Exactly. You need to be pressuring lanes. Like we don't want to be farming neutrals at all when our team is getting ran out. Because if we're not pushing our lanes, then that means the enemy is gonna have freedom to run wherever they want to next, which is either the Roshan, get the Roshan for free, or run at you. So we want to be pressuring.
This is definitely a mistake. Like, at least when I do things like this now, I can recognize that they are mistakes.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks to our last session. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Because that's why they were able to, I think, immediately probably get this Rosh here.
Yeah,
like there's no pressure here.
Their tower now, right?
Yeah, exactly. This, like, even if they do Rosh, like, this tower should be dead right now for us. And that means we're gonna farm like crazy. By the way, when you're playing TB, right, and you take a tier 2 tower, you're gonna farm like a maniac. But like, you can farm all of this, right? Like, the enemy can't stop you. Yeah, not only the illusions, but you're also going to take the outpost, and they can't come bottom to kill you anymore. Okay? So I watch a lot of TBs in Immortal bracket. The one thing we always talk about is never give the tier 2 tower against TerrorBlade.
I see.
It's freaking disgustingly broken with TB when you get the tier 2 tower. Because you just can't get to him, right? The tower's gone, the outpost is gone, and you're going to always run past illusions, and he's going to farm like a maniac, like with this hero too. Okay, yeah. So it's always nice when we're playing TB and the enemy's like playing topside that we're invading their jungle and constantly taking out the, like, chipping away at the tier 2 tower. Okay, so try to like think about that more in the games, especially after like, let's say 12-13 minutes when ancient farming is like beyond us already. Right, because we kill ancients super fast. It's more important that we keep on like getting all the farm away from the enemy and like chipping away at the tier 2 bottom.
Yeah.
Because this game, what I see is like you're thinking a lot, especially after you have Manta, to like fight in your jungle and try to like help your team kick the enemy out, but you're not thinking of making proactive moves anymore. And this is actually slowing down not only your farm, but you're jeopardizing your team even more. Because you're not ready to fight your opponent at all.
Yeah, I didn't follow the plan. Like I said, the plan was get BKB first and fight.
Exactly. And you're like, and the more you spend time in your side of the map, the more your team feels forced to fight. And if you're bottom, obviously, in this situation, and you're chipping away at this tower, then you're going to constantly make this Viper TP bottom, Sven TP bottom, or Invoker TP bottom, one of these guys.
Fight, right? Fight,
sure, exactly, if you want to. But better than that is you force these slow pushing heroes bottom, and you're going to farm even more on the map because of it. And your team won't feed anymore. Right? Like, your team won't feed in your jungle. Exactly. And this is what I think is like missing from your gameplay just by watching like the last 5-6 minutes already.
Yeah, like looking at this now as well, I'm not sure what I was thinking. Yeah. Like, obviously we can't fight them.
And it looks like a free kill for your opponent as well. So let's think So let's think about this next time we play TB. Is like whether even if you go Manta or SMI, it doesn't matter. Like we want to keep on putting pressure in the bottom lane and forcing enemies back to the tier 2 as much as we can and chipping away at this tower.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with our real hero, we can always farm. And if we see a vision top and we see 4 heroes top, then we go bottom, we pop meta and try to take the tower.
Yep.
Or even with your hero, try to take the tower. And and the best way to actually live also like from your opponent TPing and killing you is cut these trees here, right? With your
usually I put an illusion there when I'm pushing.
Sure. If you cut the trees, it's the same thing too, right? And you can use your illusion to like hit the tower.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then as soon as you see someone TP, boom, walk away. It's gonna take them forever to chase you down. You're super fast hero, right? You have Manta, and you can dispel whatever, and you can just walk away. And now you baited people onto you, and that gives freedom for your allies.
Yep. Yeah, that's usually like what I try to do. Yeah, like my default is always to pressure bottom, but I'm not sure what I was doing this game.
Yeah. So now you TP top, and again we have no pressure bottom at the moment, and that gives them a free chance to take Roshan, and they're just running at your team. Holy shit. And you see the biggest problem right now is like we never have it. This tower is full HP, and I think that's completely unacceptable.
I think I might have TP top because like most of them were I saw them at bottom or something. Like if they're at top, I'm definitely just gonna TP bottom and shove the lane.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So we've pretty much already identified like what's wrong, right, in this game, and why the enemy keeps fighting top is because they have they don't feel any pressure coming out from this bottom lane. So if this was happening from the time we got Manta, which was what, 14 minutes 15 minutes in this game, right? If this was happening at 14 or 15 minutes, the enemy can't be hitting our tier 2s or taking Roshan. They'll be TPing back, and they would feel like complete garbage in this game. And then this Sven won't be 20k net worth and have an Aegis at this stage in the game. So this is where like we made our mistake in the game, and the enemy got too fat, and our team kept feeding because we were like kind of posing for our team like, hey, we're ready to fight, let's do it, because we're not pushing bottom or splitting them.
Yeah, that's definitely a mistake.
Dire's top tower. Radiant's bottom Dire's is under attack.
So you got your Scotty, pretty good item against the heroes. You want to go from the back. I love this gameplay if that was your plan, but obviously the enemy is just a little bit too strong now.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
GG next straight. I assume this game goes on a little bit longer than this.
Yeah, we actually managed to fight back after I get my BKB.
Okay. So you have a TP, right? So one thing we need to understand in your bracket, right? It's like the moment the top Raxes are dead, the chances of the enemy going back into this lane is almost slim to none. Right? Because they will always think that, oh, the top Rax is dead, we don't need to go there. Right? Yeah. So they're gonna keep on like going bottom or middle. So this is your chance, especially since you have a TP and whatever. It's like if you're tracked, just pop Manta. Pop the Manta and just like shove this out and start using your hero to farm out, and then like see if they're like running through your wards to go to you. Because what you need to do right now is maximize your farming speed so you can get your BKB like as soon as you possibly can. So when they go high ground, you already have it ready. So don't be afraid. Like you're gonna lose this game if you keep playing afraid like this. Right? Okay. So we should always play to win and never play to like not lose the game.
Yeah.
Because what's happening right now is like you're too afraid that they might push high ground and like they might hunt you or whatever. Forget about all of that. You're already losing this game. Right? You're already losing the game if you think like this. So right now we should be already out here shoving. Always want to make the opponents chase us. And that's how we win games, is if we're constantly making the opponents chase us around the map. If they're not chasing us, then you take more. You take more away from your opponent. And you keep doing it until they start chasing us. Because here, right now, you should already have your BKB. If you pop Manta, you're shoving this, and you pop Illusion, you're shoving this, and you're farming this, and you're holding Manta to get away, you should already have your BKB right now. And as soon as the Sven jumps here, right now, you already have your BKB ready. And you're like hitting this guy with your meta. And this guy just fed the game. What is the Sven doing? He's crazy.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Nice. 2 kills, 2 free kills.
Radiant's middle tower
Go on the Invoker. You have BKB. If you need to use it. Easy game. And you see, when people are dead, what are you doing? What should we be doing when everybody's dead?
Shoving lanes.
Exactly. We shouldn't ever think about going to hit any neutrals anymore in this game. Like, neutrals right now are only because all the lanes are already shoved and nothing else can be done, right? Right now, when everybody is dead, our mentality is very simple. Push lanes, push lanes, push lanes. So when the opponent is alive, they can't instantly smoke and run at us, right? Because your meta is on cooldown. So what's the best way to buy time is make sure lanes are shoved. Your opponent needs to deal with the lanes. Then you get free, time to let your spells cool down. And also 30 minutes, bounty runes are coming. We want to put ourselves in a position where we can shove mid and get maybe as many bounties as we can. So if we go middle, we shove lane with Manta, Illusion, whatever, push it here. And we put like another Illusion here or something and scout out the opponent. We might at least minimum get 3 bounties right now.
Okay.
We should get this, we should get this, and we should get this. And this is how we like bring our team back into the game.
Yeah, makes sense. I think I'm just too concerned with efficiency. I can clear this before 30 minutes, and then I go shove the lane, and then I come back and clear the camp again.
Right.
Yeah, it's probably more
efficiency
important to
at this
shove the
point
lane.
in the game is your enemy, right? It's actually gonna be your enemy at this point in the game. Efficiency. What we need to do is get these lanes out, so we're buying more time to delay the game longer and longer and longer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Got it.
And you see what happened? As soon as they're alive, they just ran back to us instantly.
Yeah,
Because the mid lane was never pushed. And we couldn't even tell who was there too, right? Who's running at us, because we don't have the creeps giving information for us by running into them. Right. Meta's not yet up. 10 more seconds. And you can already picture the game, right? How it would be if the wave was here. That means it would take them like 10, 15 more seconds longer to run at us. And that would have meant your Metamorph would have already been off cooldown. So all those like little timings, like 10, 20 seconds, they matter so much. Especially in the late game. Because right now, if your meta's up, you're killing the Sven right here. He's already dead. 100%. Now you got your meta. Time to run at the Invoker. Easy kills. Yeah, there we go. Super nice comeback. For me, against this opponent, from this point, you shouldn't be able to lose. The way that they play. The way that they play. And here is like a perfect example of another situation of how we should push lanes, right? You have your meta's on cooldown. You have Manta up, right? And it's 30 to 30, right? We can go up here and we can try to snag this creep wave with our illusion. Okay. Or before the 30-second mark, right? You know you're already getting out, right? You know your meta's on cooldown, your enemy's about to revive.
Yeah, you should just cut the wave.
Cut the waves. Exactly. Always, when you're playing TB, the most important thing, especially after meta, is we make sure all the lanes are pushed so that the enemy cannot run at us when our meta's on cooldown.
Yeah, okay? These are things that I do when I remember them, but like sometimes I just forget.
But we need to make it more natural, right? Like it's important what we're doing 30 seconds from now in the late game is like, okay, the enemy's alive, we can't fight without meta. Here, you should already pop your Manta, send the illusions here. 30 to 30 wave comes, boom, free wave for you, right? Or if we're on the bottom side, we're sending the illusions here. 30 to 30, free wave for you, free farm, gold, and the enemy now gonna suffer because they don't have creeps pushing off of them.
Got it.
Right? So always, like, these are the things that we should default to in the games. Even like one of your conjure images bottom and your Manta illusions top would clear pretty much everything on the map.
Yeah.
So they would not even have a single 30 to 30 wave. And I think in this game, like, instead of Daedalus, you can go straight for the Satanic. right? So that you have status resist against like Invoker and stuff, and I think you have plenty of damage to kill the Sven already, right? Like he's just kind of feeding by going in, so it's okay if you want to go that route. If you want Daedalus, also fine, but at some point you 100% need Satanic against their heroes. Because once you have 5-second BKB, you can't actually like man fight them anymore without Satanic. Because the enemy has a pretty insane amount of burst as long as they keep you stunned and locked down. So the best way to like counter that is with Satanic.
Roshan has fallen.
So now they get Roshan, and again, lanes were not pushed, so you have no idea they were even rushing at this point.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, we're gonna watch one more fight in this game. Sven, glimmered. Was that a glimmer cape? Or Shadowblade? Wow, your team, no reveal. Feels bad, man. That was 100% dead Sven there. With any kind of reveal. And now they got out. You pop meta. Feels bad, man. Okay, he's dead anyway. So let's fast forward a bit. Let's see how you actually lose this game. Ooh, Abyssal Blade. So you ended up getting Abyssal because you wanted to stun the Sven, right?
I usually get Abyssal when our team doesn't have enough lockdown, but it doesn't seem like that's the case here.
Right, right.
I might have gotten it because like it makes me more useful when I don't have meta.
Yeah.
I guess so, it's a pretty like they rush us when we don't have meta, and then they can just take the remaining 2 Rexes.
In this game,
to be able to fight when it's on cooldown.
Makes sense. But in this game, I think it's a lot better if you go Abyssal after Satanic. Like you drop your treads, right, and then you buy Abyssal Blade.
Okay, so Satanic first.
Yeah, so you have like this spell that lets you jump on top of your enemy and stay on top of them too.
Okay.
Because you already have Daedalus, right, for your damage. I think it's a good buy actually that you're Daedalus, so you have a damage item first.
Yeah, I want to kill them. Like I need to burst them before my BKB runs out.
Right. Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think, but after Daedalus, you need your Satanic.
Okay.
And then you got the Abyssal Blade after.
Yeah, because I went for the HP talent, so I don't have like that much damage.
Yeah. It's still good. Like, whatever. I think Daedalus was good in the end. Like, the more I think about it, like, you needed this, and then you go for the Satanic after, and then you go for... Abyssal is like your last item that you're swapping out for your boots.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed Miracle does that as well.
Yeah.
He likes Abyssal.
Wow, and there if you have Satanic, you are never dying. Right? Because he stuns you, you're stunned for like less than a second, and then you just pop the Satanic already and right click him or use your ulti on someone.
Yeah.
Roshan has fallen to the ring.
Another rush.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
So enemy is all dead, and what do we do?
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
We should be backdooring this tower, right? They're all dead. 3 heroes still. And you still have BKB and Abyssal and stuff. We should 100% be like killing off this tower, I think, already. We shouldn't be afraid of the opponents because we're just so much stronger than they are. If like Invoker shows up on top of us, we just Abyssal him and kill him. Look at him. Like no armor items too. I guess maybe because you don't have Satanic, you don't feel so comfortable. You're not so tanky actually anymore in the game. You bought a Moonshard first too. You ate a Moonshard?
Yeah, like it's not enough slots, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
so
I might get the later on as well, so I need a slot.
Right. In these games, like it's okay for you to just drop your treads. It's not important to have boots, honestly.
Okay, so I should only eat it after I get Aegis or something, right?
Sorry?
Like I should only eat it after I get the Aegis.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you don't need the Moonshard. You just need like Satanic, like, or whatever, right? You just like drop your treads, you have Satanic, you buy back money. And the best thing for carry is actually if you have Spider Legs. Spider Legs is the most OP item, right? Like, because it gives you
boots.
Yeah, exactly. You won't need boots, so it's amazing.
But the knife is pretty OP as well, like the Princess knife.
Oh yeah, it's good too, but it's not gonna be better than Spider Legs.
Oh, okay.
Because
that's interesting.
It's not. It's like Spider Legs is the carries 6-slot item because it lets you kite in the fights and have movement speed, and it lets you drop your boots.
Yeah, noted. I would definitely have value like the knife over Spider Legs.
Yeah, the knife would be really good in this game. You know, for who? For your sniper. Tell him to hold the knife and hit the Sven in every fight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Like someone else can use the knife for you, and then you can have Spider Legs to move around.
Okay.
Satanic, oh no! That big So yeah, we can see in all these fights like how you're dying, like it's all preventable with one Satanic pretty much.
Dire's bottom barracks are under attack. Dire's bottom
Yeah.
barracks are under attack.
And then here the game is just so hard, right? Because you just have to kill me once and you win.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Oh no.
Middle barracks are under
GG.
attack.
Yeah, JJ.
Thanks. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, so this game, I think the biggest things that I've noticed that you can do better next time is like I know like 10 minutes like farming ancients is really good, which I think is fine. But if you have a hero and you can like meta soon up or whatever, just try to take that tower, like at least TP there and like try to see if you can touch the tower. We don't need to take the tower. We just need to touch the tower. Okay. We touch the tower and we see how the opponent reacts to it.
Yeah, understood. Like the point is to force TPs, right?
Right.
Like,
and if they don't force TPs, you get a free tower and you take it much faster with your offlaner. And then you can go back to farming after that. Right? So we touch the tower, see what happens. Then later on in the game, we get our items, blah, blah, blah. And we need to try and see, like, as much as we can, try to keep pushing bottom with an illusion and keep touching this tier 2 tower. This tier 2 tower, in my opinion, in this game should have been dead before 20 minutes already.
Yeah, definitely.
With how they're playing, right? And if they react to bottom, then you've done so much for your team because now your team won't be feeding on the top side of the map. Okay? So what we learned from this game is as much as we can, try to get lanes out with our illusions and try to touch as many bottom tower, like tier 2 towers as we can. Bottom especially.
Yeah.
Okay? The moment this tower dies, you're gonna be skyrocketing farm. Because now not only is this tower dead and you can farm all this jungle. All these camps are yours, by the way, after that. Right? And you're gonna be cutting bottom with an illusion, and you're gonna be touching now the tier 3 tower, which the enemy is going to have to react to all the time.
Yep.
Right? So as soon as the tier 2 tower is dead, our job is to farm efficiently with our hero and keep summoning illusions, setting it bottom for the waves, and touching the tower with the illusions. And then these guys are going to feel completely checkmated after that.
Okay.
I don't know, like in your bracket, how people will ever react to that kind of gameplay. And we need to also understand our item build. I think late game item build is like, so your first items were good, man. Like obviously, if you're not against Sven, you're going Manta, but against Sven, you're going SNY, exactly. And then we go like, I don't even think the Manta's bad. You can still win this game because the Bounty Hunter has track, so you can always Manta that shit off, right?
Yeah.
So that's also good. I think it doesn't even matter. You can go Manta, Scotty, BKB, Daedalus, all great items. Then I think you should go Satanic, and then you should go Abyssal Blade to replace your boots.
Okay.
Okay, because Abyssal to replace your boots, so for your mobility, you're using your Abyssal Blade to get on top of people. Okay, and then obviously if you had Spider Legs, it's like GG right there. It's literally the best item you could possibly have.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that it was so good on
Yeah, because it gives you movement. It gives you, it's boots. It's an upgraded boots, right?
Yeah.
So that means you get a free 6-slot item without sacrificing your MS.
Yeah.
And normally when you have Manta, you already have like a lot of movement speed without your boots anyway. So late game, the Abyssal Blade to replace our power treads.
Okay.
In other games where people have evasion, like that's where you have like a rapier or some shit, right? Instead of
Yeah,
like
maybe.
Abyss or whatever. Yeah. All right, cool. Other than that, we also mentioned we need to be shoving lanes out when enemies are dead.
Yeah,
right?
I think what I might have been doing was like Roshan was about to spawn, so
Yeah.
I just tried to play like near Roshan, but I didn't really think that like because it's important to shove the lanes as well, right? That's how you get control of the
Roshan, exactly.
Yeah, but I wasn't. I was just thinking, play close to Rosh in case they get it. It's gonna spawn soon. Yeah, but definitely should have just been shoving the lanes.
Yeah, we just shove lanes. Like we don't care about anything else after like after the mid game. Like we don't care about anything else but shoving lanes.
Okay, yeah. So I just need to make that more of a priority.
Right, and especially with our meta on cooldown. Right, if your enemy is like pushing creeps and they want to go to your high ground, what you're doing is you're putting illusions in lanes so that they cannot go into the high ground. You're cutting waves all the time.
Okay.
Right, always put yourself in a position in the game to cut waves, and then so you're fighting towards your next meta, and you're also farming during that time, right? When you're doing those stuff, so you're like taking away everything from your opponent. Like TB is that one hero who's like 1v9ing opponents, and because you need to do all these right things.